I just realized there's a typo in my description. Oh well. I'll fix that after the fact. Actually, let me go ahead. Nice. Alright. Welcome back to some more Diablo 2 Nightmare difficulty with a Summon Necro. We're in Act 5, the final act. The expansion. Also, recall it being one of the longer acts.
I, Mala, welcome you to Harrogath, the last stronghold of order on Mount Ariat. You have come to the right place if you intend to defeat Baal, the Lord of Destruction. Baal has laid waste to our mountain and its denizens. His minions continue to attack our town, while Qualkek and his men have proven helpless to stop them. Baal is still out on the mountain looking for something, but I know not what. All of the elders, save Nilathak, sacrificed themselves to place a protective ward around Harrogath. Some of us here, certainly Nilathak, do not appreciate your presence. We are a proud people, and it is not easy for us to accept aid. I, however, am glad you are here. If you need healing or a potion, please come to me. See Larzuk for weapons, armor, and repairs. Nilathak, despite his disposition, may be of some assistance with other wares. Finally, Qualkek, our man-at-arms, leads Harrogath's remaining forces against Baal. Be cautious, warrior. Though I am an experienced healer, resurrection is beyond my powers.
That's alright. I just kind of do it myself. But I always wake up naked. I haven't figured out how to fix that yet.
Afternoon. If you're here to defeat Baal, you must prove it. As we speak, Harrogath is under siege by Baal's demons. Catapults rain death just outside the town walls. Baal himself travels up the sacred mountain, having left in charge here one of his most vicious generals, Shank, the Overseer. A ruthless taskmaster, he lashes his own minions into suicidal frenzies on the battlefield. If you wish to prove yourself to us, destroy the monster Shank that commands those infernal catapults outside Harrogath. If you manage to do this, return to me. Nilathak's despair is infectious, and his behavior does not befit an elder of his stature. I think we'd be better off without him.
Oh, I think I can help with that.
Good afternoon. Qualkek and his men have been fighting to break the siege for some time. Where many have failed, you may succeed.
Yeah, because I brought my own army. I mean, they're not with me right now, but I can go get them.
I am Qualkek, the senior man-at-arms of Harrogath. You have the look of a warrior. An extra soldier will be useful, but don't expect anyone to mourn if you get yourself killed. Baal is true to his namesake. He has ravaged through our lands like a merciless plague. The protective ward laid down by our lost elders helps hold the evil at bay. But Baal's siege has taken its toll all the same. Most of my men are now dead. Others are trapped in the mountain passes. But I swear we are not beaten yet. We will fight to the end to protect this mountain. Baal's legions seem countless, but slaying their commanders takes some of the fight out of them. About to face Shank the Overseer to stop the siege, are you? You should ask Mala to perform your last rites before you go, stranger.
I am amazed to find this place so untouched. Everything else in the path of Baal, the Lord of Destruction, lies in ruin. These barbarians must indeed be the legendary guardians of Mount Ariat. They are a proud, hardy people. Don't expect to be greeted warmly. Strangers here rarely are.
Oops, didn't mean to interrupt. He said he'll spend some time among the locals and see if he can gain their trust and let us know if he does.
Though these barbarians are known throughout the kingdoms as ferocious fighters, they are also capable of great compassion. They have trained throughout history for a battle their legends foretell will decide the fate of the world. I believe that stopping the siege on Herogoth is the only way for you to earn the trust of these people.
A necromancer. While I admire your courage in seeking out the darker side of magic, we really have little need of your skills. The battle will turn soon enough without your meddling. Yet, I should have expected to see your kind here. You are like a moth to the flame, drawn to all this death. It feeds you in more ways than one, does it not? A necromancer.
They're not.
A necromancer. While I admire...
So both the introduction and gossip are the same?
After so many have died, who are you to think you can accomplish what our proud warriors could not?
I can't take all the credit. It's mostly my skeletons doing the heavy lifting. And Clayton. Oh, I can't talk to that girl yet? Oh, that's right, she's trapped.
What?
I want to gamble.
Afternoon.
Alright. Well, let's head out.
It takes more than a siege to stop me.
Alright. Reinforcements have arrived. The mages should help out quite a bit against some of these little teleporty guys. At least that's the hope. It's gonna be quite annoying. Hey, Hector. Didn't sneak up on me like that. Heard a ring drop. True. I absolutely hate that ding notification. I actually have the oh, what's it called? The Power Ranger beeper notification. So my phone goes doo 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 doo. Excuse me. I got something in my throat. You know what I'm talking about, the Power Ranger tone. Tried to do it, and I guess copyright got in the way and attacked my throat. Haze Maul the Shark.
Not enough mana.
Hey, I think they still make Power Rangers, right? I don't think I know anything past Ninja Storm. Plus 5 to mana. Man, I could cast amp damage one more time. America's put in some decent work this stream so far. You say so, man. There's a reason why I don't know what you're talking about. It was Power Rangers and I think they're called Beetleborgs. Like the team of 3, they operated out of the clock tower. They had like giant Hercules beetle mechs. Yeah, see? Pajama Commuters got my back. I guess there's Voltron as well. Yeah, I enjoyed Gargoyles quite a bit too. But the Beetleborgs was live action. All those old like 90s Disney cartoons were fantastic. In the mornings I'd watch the Aladdin and Hercules shows. Oh.
I am overburdened.
Hold and fire resist, half freeze duration. I lose lightning resist and magic find. I don't think I want to give up the magic find. I mean, I maxed out my fire resist with that. Cold resist is up to 79%. The lightning resist is down to 55%, and you never have to worry about lightning in Act 5. Then my physical defense goes down, but that's not a huge deal since I have bone armor. We'll keep the original. Having some just a little bit of magic fun as you just play through the game is always nice. I remember that. I think we watched that in school. Though some of the old Disney movies I really like, which are not on Disney Plus, which don't make a lot of sense. Doesn't make a lot of sense. There's the Disney's like American folk tales, folk heroes. Had John Henry, Johnny Appleseed, and there's a third one. But the John Henry one was just fantastic. The scene where he's going up against the machine, just remember the art style being really, really cool. Paul Bunyan, there we go. Should have known that. I named my one of my characters in Wrath of the Righteous after Paul Bunyan. Good old Don Bunyan. Yeah, the lumberjack background. Of course. Sorry, Hector. Those bunions come with a big blue ox, named Babe. Gotta just stop teleporting around. Hey! Yellow Raveler head. Oh, it is terrible. Yeah, I would have liked to see him. I was in California for a few years, stationed in San Diego, but I never made it that far north. Furthest north I ever made it in California. Because it can be a little difficult to travel while you're in the military, because even on like extended weekends, you have to fill out this form, and if you are trying to go so many miles away from base, you have to get permission. It's just a whole ordeal. So, furthest north I went was Los Angeles, went to Universal Studios. Alright, and we may have an answer. Dak Baron? A lance? That sounds cool. Yeah. Well, nah, I'm not gonna look at it. It's not even worth it. Alright guys, I don't need poison too long. Gonna push on through, that'd be great. It wasn't even like Leaf Form. It was like maybe it was called Leaf. It wasn't called Leaf Form. It's called something else for the extended weekends. Like, you had to fill it out normal weekends, but if you had a 72 or a 96, it felt this little form saying, "Oh, I'm not gonna go this far," because you have to always be ready to deploy within 24 hours. What a pain in the tuchus. But luckily, I mean, I was in San Diego, so there's a ton to do. Went to the San Diego Zoo when they first opened up the Australia exhibit. And the only thing I didn't get to see was the pandas, because they, the line for it was just way too long. I'm pretty sure it was like the first day that the Australia exhibit was open, or maybe the second week or something. It was really early on. We technically were supposed to fill one out every weekend. They didn't make us, but it was we were told that it's something that some squadrons had to do. I think we kind of just, I think we filled out like a generic one, and they just like immediately uploaded it or something for the, or they just counted it. Because I think we kept it like our mentorship jacket. I may be misremembering as well. It has been a few years. I'll place for a burial chest. Yeah, ours wasn't that strict. Plus, I mean, they never really saw what we were doing. Like, 'cause San Diego isn't a military town, so once you're off base, I mean, you don't see anybody you know. It's not like Jacksonville, which is just terrible. Jacksonville just smells bad. Can't go anywhere without running across some staff sergeant with nothing better to do. Oh, sorry, Hector. What are you talking? Is what a t-shirt or chest there? Stuff for Paul Bunyan? Or did you look up the clip of John Henry or something? Yeah, I was told one time that all the, well, in my case, Marines, all the good Marines got out because they were smart enough to get out. And all the bad ones stay in, move with the chain of command, which I don't fully agree with. I had some good staff NCOs. Some good NCOs. I've had some really bad NCOs too, and staff NCOs. And a really bad warrant officer as well. Because my specific MOS had a we were special because we controlled all the secret stuff for squadrons, and so we had a warrant officer that oversaw the shop. Hey, fire resist. I'll keep that. Sorry, I had to mute the mic. Had to sneeze. Oh no, I haven't seen the statue. Paul Bunyan wears a flannel shirt in most depictions, so it is probably a shirt. Imagine your stereotypical lumberjack, but like 60 feet tall, and accompanied by a big blue ox. In case you didn't know, he made the Mississippi. when he drug his axe across the country. A little bit of a geographic history for you. Hey, leveled up. Another point into Clay Golem. I'm gonna put some more points into Strength because if I ever want to wear that plate armor, I need 80.
Can't carry anymore.
Only one socket though. Yeah, the oh, you mean within the flannel shirt. Yeah, it's I have no idea. I haven't seen the statue. It could be either, it could go either way. I mean, that's the only way to wear a flannel shirt. As someone who occasionally does wear flannel shirts. So, a ton of enemies here. My skeletons are all split up, so. Shank's right here somewhere.
Little demon.
Now, you should always have a provocatively open flannel shirt to attract mates and to intimidate trees into falling before your axe. It's functional and looks good. See, I don't understand why people don't like puns. I know sometimes they're just milking it for humor's sake, but I think some people legitimately do not like puns. And it makes no sense to me. It's like, I met a professional author. I got selected when I was in university to meet with a professional author to, however, go over my work and like kind of critique it and help me, you know, find a direction for it. And like she doesn't like adjectives. Like, it has to be all action all the time. Like, there has to be something going on to keep the reader engaged. So like, well, I like adjectives. Like, the piece I submitted was not my favorite piece. It was a little bit shorter and, it was me playing around, like, foreshadowing instead. But, my other piece, my favorite piece, was very, very adjective heavy. It was inspired by Disco Elysium. And, yeah. Probably would have flipped out on me had I submitted that. Dodge a fireball. You dodge a fireball, you dodge a dodgeball. Yeah, I absolutely don't ever use them, but like I don't know, she disdained the use of adjectives. And I get it, like depending on the sort of writing you're going for. Wow, Lem Rune and an Om Rune, look at us go. I didn't get rid of that magic fund. No, I agree. Can't overuse something. Let me take care of this real quick. Put these in my stash. Don't need that. What am I doing? Oh, yeah, we have stuff. Alright. Let's do this first. Like, her argument was that, you know, if you don't use adjectives and describe, you know, the scene, people fill in the blanks. And I get that. But it depends on if that's your intent with the piece. Do you want people to envision, you know, the setting, the scene for themselves, or do you want them to see something specific?
You're an even greater warrior than I expected. Sorry for underestimating you. As a token of my appreciation, I will craft sockets into an item of your choosing. And from now on, you'll get the best price for all my wares.
Alright, so we'll never finish that quest. Maybe at some point in hell.
Hello.
Good day.
My concerns have turned to my men taken prisoner on the battlefield by Baal's demons. I hate to think what's happened to them. As you journey up the mountain, keep your eyes open for my soldiers and bring them back to me if you can.
You have proven you can take life, warrior. But can you save it as well?
Yeah, I mean, they might look like my skeletons after I'm done, but yeah.
I know firsthand that captivity is a sad fate for a man. Find them quickly.
I'll listen.
Qualkek's men have been in prison for some time. They are certain to be tired and weak. You must protect them once you free them.
What do you need? I crafted the swords and armor for Qualkek's men. They were like brothers to me. I can't imagine the pain they must be suffering. Save them if you can.
Yeah, I'll see what I can do.
I am overburdened.
Am I? Oh, let's sell this. Already at the first waypoint. That's not the words that came out of my mouth the first time. Been having a lot of trouble talking today. Eldritch the Rectifier. Hey, kill my mage. Oh, hello there. Yeah. I don't think that's the case. I mean, you have all the colors, you have like... And there's plenty of adjectives that don't use ly at the end. The map. I think the next section takes us into the Gloom Shield. Takes us into the mountainside, right? So I think we want to map out this way, then go up. Yeah, I mean, it's plenty. I mean, you can add ly to a lot of adjectives for sure. Whoops, guess the wrong spell, but like, you could say dangerous, but you could also say dangerously. But like, he was a dangerous individual versus he dangerously approached, or probably not the best example. small charm. Give me some resistances, buddy. Ah. If it apply the cold damage when I cast a curse, I would gladly use it, but it doesn't. Probably for the best too, because a curse is a guaranteed hit, except for against, you know, constructs that they don't work against. Yeah, there's not a lot of people go to Twitch for it. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of Twitch, so you'll find me here streaming. I back the Unleashed. Plus, if you're, you know, trying to get an audience, I think streaming on YouTube is a little easier than Twitch, because Twitch is extremely oversaturated when it comes to, you know, streaming, obviously. So YouTube's where it's at. Plus, I like to consolidate all my content. I have a Twitch, but I haven't touched it in years. Also, why did you choose North Dakota over South Dakota? I actually have a buddy from North Dakota. You might know him since, you know, there's like 16 people there. Do you know anybody with the last name Harper? How big is this area? I don't remember the plateau being this large. Harper. H-A-R-P-E-R. Went to avionics school with that guy. Snot Horde. Actually, someone reached out to me about a job opportunity in North Dakota. Paid like, I don't know, 70 bucks an hour or something. Because it's in North Dakota. There's the Pit of Acheron. Let's do that real quick while we're here. What brings you to, were you looking specifically for Diablo 2 stream on YouTube? I've actually been to South Dakota. We were on a debt out by Mount Rushmore. I have a couple Let's Plays as well. I have a Let's Play that goes all the way through, well, there's 3 separate Let's Plays. One for Diablo 1 Hellfire, then Diablo 2 Resurrected, and Diablo 3. Then I also have a combined playlist of all 3. Those are on normal difficulty. This is the same character I'm taking through Nightmare, and then I'll take him through Hell after. This is primarily a Let's Play channel. But I do streams for things that I want to do that I don't think would make for a great Let's Play. Or would be too time consuming, so I can't do other Let's Plays that I want to do. So like ARPGs like Diablo, what I do is I play through on normal difficulties a proper Let's Play, and then I usually stream through the higher difficulties. I did the same thing with Titan Quest. Yeah, I'll do Diablo 4. It won't be for a while. There's a lot of other games that are coming out that are going to take up my time for the next few months. So I primarily play CRPGs, so like Baldur's Gate, Pathfinder, games like that. And Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader is coming out in December. And I'm currently playing Lords of the Fallen, Baldur's Gate 3, and the Lamplighters League. So Diablo 4 maybe by next summer. I might be pushing it too, because of how long the CRPGs take to get through. When in doubt, explode some corpses. Oh, there you go. Yeah, not enough people stream on YouTube. I mean, everybody goes to Twitch for it, which it's kind of a double-edged sword. It's really hard to find an audience unless you already have one. I could probably go to Twitch now because I have a few followers on there from my YouTube. And so I might have a small audience to gain traction. But there's also a larger audience on Twitch. So if you already have an audience that you start building up, because you really just need a few viewers, because there's so many people on Twitch with 0 viewers. If you just get a handful, you're already ahead of the curve. And you start getting attention on there. And I think there's more money to be found on there as well, if that's what you're after. Yeah, and getting lucky helps too. I've been doing it for a few years, and like for the first 8 months, I think it was. Yeah, about 8 months. I had 28 subscribers. And then I happened to start a game that was new, and just happened to get a lot of traction. Then my channel started kind of growing off of that. Luckily, it was a game that, like, it's a genre that I play. It was Pathfinder Keymaker, CRPG. So I'm lucky that it was a CRPG that put my channel on the map because it's my favorite genre. Yeah, I'm enjoying Lords of the Fallen. I haven't really dug into it. I'm only like, what, 4 episodes in, so barely scratched the surface. But yeah, you can get everything in the game. The developers said that anything that an enemy, if you see an enemy wearing or have anything equipped, you can get it in the game. That includes the armors, the weapons. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying there's like, I mean, there's good Twitch channels out there for sure. There's some YouTubers I watch that also do stuff on Twitch. And like the Let's Player that got me involved does like a monthly Twitch stream. Now, he doesn't do Let's Plays anymore. And I'm just not involved with the Twitch culture. Yeah, I mean, cat ear headphones, and I don't know if I put a hot tub up here, or if the floor would support it. I mean, there's a bathtub in the other room. I could put it in the bathroom up here. Yeah, I'm really enjoying Lords of the Fallen. It's good to dig into a game that has like all these secrets and stuff you have to discover. I love exploring a new game. Like really hard to beat that feeling. That's something I think the Souls-like games have always done a really good job of. Well, I haven't played a lot of Souls-likes on the channel. In fact, it's only been the 2 with the same title. I played the heck out of Demon Souls and a fair bit of Dark Souls 1. Demon Souls has been my absolute favorite. Now, I would have played Demon Souls when they did the remake if they had released it for PC like they originally announced. But they didn't, so probably never see it on the channel. Are you talking about the magic she was using, or the weapon and stuff? You get the weapon, and the magic. I mean, maybe there'd be variations of it, not the same like scale and damage that she does. I mean, I hope so, because I am playing a strength and radiance build. It'd be awesome if I get some of those sweet-looking radiant spells. Okay, so I need to look back to the merchants and stuff and make sure there was anything I missed. Because I think tomorrow's episode I ended up rushing through a fair bit of it because I was like, I'm just gonna wrap up this episode, but I don't know. The game's really good, and so I keep losing track of the time. It's like, oh, I could do one more thing, and then that one more thing turns into like a whole nother thing, and it just keeps going and keeps going. Yeah, and that's not on the creators either. That's on Twitch themselves. If they want to get paid, they have to have like the ads air every so frequently. I have you shouldn't see any ads after the initial start of the video on any of my stuff, unless it's VOD for a stream. I do turn on one mid-roll ad for a stream for VODs. Make sure people get up and get water or whatever. Stay hydrated. You might see like the overlay ads or whatever, but the actual video should not be interrupted. I don't think so. I think a lot of the bosses were easier compared to Dark Souls 1. I didn't play very much of Dark Souls 2, and I haven't played Dark Souls 3. I played through Dark Souls 1 maybe 4 times. Yeah, most of the bosses in Demon Souls are pretty easy. You have, what, Phalanx, gosh, the Tower Knight. I think the Gargoyle boss can be a little difficult because it's on a bridge. And then the, I forgot what he's called, the monk boss, the final boss for the Swamp World, I think World 3. He could be really difficult because the way it worked online is that the boss, if someone was trying to, you'd have to fight another player as the boss. It was a neat mechanic, if you're playing online, of course. I beat up some people as the monk boss a couple times. But you don't play as the monk boss himself, you play as your character. Yeah, most of the bosses can be cheese. I don't remember anyone being particularly difficult. Maybe, I think his name was like the Annihilator or something. Or the Penetrator. Oh, that'd be more fun than anything, though. Then you get the two halves of the Soul Brand and Demon Brand. And you use them together to make the Northern Regalia. Really cool weapon. But it was great there's a Bastard Sword, because I had grinded out the first Red-Eye Knight you come across in that game for a long time. Shadow Wolf the Impaler. So I had enough strength to one-hand a Bastard Sword. So you find one like under the stairs really early on. It's at Ward 1. Remember that game pretty well. In case you guys couldn't tell. And I was obsessed with using the Bastard Sword one-handed. So I grinded out for a bit. Got my strength up. Actually, I think it's one of the side bosses, probably the hardest one. Because in order to get Soul Brand, you have to kill the king in the crypt that's guarded by that Red-Eye Knight I was talking about. And he is a doozy. He's really tanky. Yeah, I quite enjoyed Demon Souls. Or the trailer for it was really cool too. But the boss was very disappointing. There was the Dragon God boss that was shown in the trailer. This massive boss. All you do is run around and shoot like harpoons at him. You don't actually get to fight him. Well, you fight him kind of towards the end. You kind of run up and smack his head after you shoot him with some harpoons. I enjoy the Souls-like. It's just not. I don't get really into the genre like some people do. It's fun, and I enjoy it, but I like the exploration, the secret discovery, and the soul rune. I could get 2 runes and I'd be set. Now I do want to play Elden Ring. The reason why I didn't play it when it first came out is because my PC wasn't up to snuff. Now it is. But now I've got other things to play. So.
Impossible.
Yeah, I'll do Icewind Dale before Elden Ring. The Icewind Dale is going to be a ways off because after Baldur's Gate 3, I'm going to do the entire Divinity franchise. So starting with Divine Divinity from 2002, and all the way through Original Sin 2. We have Rogue Trader, which, you know, may take a year to complete. I have no idea how long that game's going to be. But if it's anything like Wrath of the Righteous, that took like almost 300 episodes to complete. I think there's even a brief stint there where I uploaded like 2 a day, so it still took a very long time. The burden of being thorough. It's crazy. No matter how thorough I am in like Baldur's Gate 3, there's like always stuff still to find. Like the Arcane Tower, for instance, I missed several things. Mostly because I made assumptions that I shouldn't have made, I guess. That was my own fault. Like, there's a whole basement, but I thought I entered in through the basement. I think I explained it in the episode as well, but like, I thought I'd explored the basement already, and that Lenore used the ring to see in the dark in the basement, so she could power up the generator with the Susur bloom. So I didn't see it as a puzzle. I saw it as flavor text, when it was in fact part of a puzzle. So there's that. And then there was a stool that I missed that was underneath somebody's body. Yeah, I really want to do the Divinity franchise. I mean, I've always enjoyed the games. I've played Divine Divinity. I've played, I didn't beat Divine Divinity. I've played Divinity 2 Ego Draconis and Original Sin 1. I did beat Ego Draconis, though I didn't play the expansion. I was just borrowing the game from a friend, I think. Yeah, I think Larian's always made good games. Which makes sense, because Sven pulls inspiration from Ultima, so he's got a good groundwork to pull from. No, that's that game's been guessed. It's Pumpkin Jack will be my Hollow Stream game. Not next weekend, but the weekend after is when I'll stream that. I was gonna start it earlier, but the game's really short from what I saw. To help kind of schedule my games, I use How Long to Beat, the website. I suppose it's only like 4.5 to maybe 6 hours, so 2 days of streaming Pumpkin Jack should be enough. Also, I'm surprised by the poor reception for the Lamplighters League. I understand there's some performance issues and some bugs that people are coming across, but it's a very charming game. I'm really enjoying the Lamplighters League. But it's also everything I like. And like, I don't know, I like the setting. I like the whole like kind of pulpy adventure. I think that's what it's called. It's like pulpy adventures, like the movie The Mummy. It's like late 19th, early 20th, like up through World War, like I guess prior to World War II. It had to be in like the 30s. Which this game takes place in 32, so. Like adventure games and movies and stuff set in that time period, just they suck me right in. Oh, I don't really get involved with the fandom. There's I might be subscribed to him on Reddit or something, but I tend to stick to some of the smaller communities. Just give out some helpful advice for games where people don't. There's not a lot of traffic, so it might take someone a while to get answers. I feel like I'm one of the few people that responds on like the Mutant Year Zero Road to Eden subreddit, for instance. Yeah, the Underdark has been really fun. It's a really fun section. I mean, I'm still in it, in the Gripforge area. I am curious how my PC's gonna hold up when we get to Baldur's Gate. Fresh socket, because well, again, I brought it up before. My PC gets hotter than it ever has before. It is with new hardware. So I got new hardware and immediately started playing Baldur's Gate 3. And the case gets really hot to the touch. Or hotter, not really hot. But, I mean, it's within thresholds. Like, the temperature isn't anything out of the ordinary. It's just, it's never happened before. So I went from a 1080 Ti to a 3080 Ti. I never had experience that, so I'm curious.
I am overburdened.
It's gonna get really hot in Baldur's Gate. All the, you know, NPCs and stuff. Even then, I guess it really only got hot when I was in the Emerald Grove, and there's a couple other areas. It's not all the time. But still only like 75 to 80 degrees Celsius. Which, for a 3080 Ti, too bad. Let's go back to town and talk to people. Someone's got a new quest. Yeah. That's the temp of the GPU.
Evening. As the daughter of Elder Ost, Anya is the only person, besides Neelathok, who has any real knowledge of Mount Ariat's secrets. I'd hate to see our fate in the hands of Neelathok alone.
So let's see, well, let's just sit at right now. Let me pull up my monitor. Yeah, so right now it's sitting at 49 degrees Celsius when I'm playing Diablo 2 and streaming. But it goes up to like 80 when I'm playing Baldur's Gate 3. And the entire, let's see, that's at 41. Is it not? Wow. I don't think that this CPU tells me the temperature. The last one did. Interesting. I mean, it's not overheating. If it started getting up towards like 90 or above 90, that's when I'd, you know, get concerned.
Good evening. If it were anyone else, I would assume her dead. However, Anya is not so easily beaten. I know she must be alive.
Yeah, this, so the cooler I got only came with one fan on it, and then my case has 3 fans. And then the top comes off. It has the 2, case panels you can lift up to help ventilation as well. So I need to get a second fan for the actual CPU cooler.
Good evening.
But again, the temperatures aren't too bad. I'm just not used to the case getting hot like that, because the 1080 Ti never did that. Like, the side of the case never got warm.
Neelathok's story does sound reasonable.
So I make it sound like it's a problem, but it definitely is not.
However, the best
I also have a
lies
medium-sized
are often
case. If
hidden
it was a large
within
case,
truth.
I probably wouldn't feel the heat. But I'm using the same case that I had with my previous hardware.
Evening. It seems like everyone feels Neelathok played a part in Anya's disappearance. Why would he do such a thing?
Or my main character when he had on the chainmail that had the gorget. The gorget just looked super awesome. Yeah, I'm a big fan of a lot of the armor designs in the game so far. And the plate armor having the Kama style tabard. I don't know what to actually call it. Moongrin the Cold, because there's a couple different names for it, like the cloth around the waist. I need to go through, I want to go back through all the merchants and buy some dye and try those out. I didn't want to invest in it yet because I haven't found, you know, my permanent armor, but I guess it wouldn't hurt. Ideally, I'd do like a copper and purple, like a copper-colored armor with purple cloth. All the clothing pieces would be purple and. Or, you know, more purple heavy armor with gold accents. Not a huge fan of gold, but I think it can go with purple, though I prefer copper or bronze. I think copper is like the coolest armor color.
I can't.
It's not the one where the armor actually did something. Like they just kind of sat there and wailed on each other with weapons. Because there's a couple of different Excalibur movies. But it's one that I'm thinking about where the armor, they're sitting there just like beating the heck out of each other. And then, you know, Arthur gets Excalibur and hits somebody and their arm just pops off. Then yes. I first saw that in high school, I believe. Yeah, I have some free dye that came with the, like, pre-order version. I mean, I have plenty of gold at the moment. Now, of course, you know, spend all my money on dye, and then turn the corner, and there'll be, you know, a sweet piece of heavy armor sitting in the next merchant or something. I do have all that magic equipment just sitting around that I could sell, and we don't have to feed it to Gale anymore, so... In fact, there's nothing stopping you from going to Elminster immediately in the game, right? So someone told me that if you don't do like the Grove quest line first and go to the Mountain Pass, then can't do it after the fact. So do the Grove quest line, then immediately go to the Mountain Pass, speak to Elminster. You don't have to give Gale any magic equipment. Which wasn't really a problem. I kept finding Bard stuff. I'm a Bard in my party. So... just kept feeding him Bard equipment. Yeah, I think it's the 80s. Yeah, the one I'm talking about was made in the 80s as well. Maybe the 90s? Probably the 80s. I don't actually remember Patrick Stewart being in it. No, that could just be a faulty memory on my part. And you can't see what color it's gonna be either. I haven't used it yet, mostly because I can't like sample it. Vilebird. My only concern is with the dyes, like, you know, once I find some sweet armor I want to use, but I'm not happy with the color. I may have already gone past a merchant that sells maybe like a unique dye color. So I'm assuming there'll be like a dye merchant in Baldur's Gate somewhere where you can buy all the different dyes. So I'm hoping so. Probably spend some time playing around with that. I do take my fashion a little bit more seriously than my optimization, so I wouldn't mind having some good-looking dye colors. Only grievance, though, is I'm having a hard time deciding between the plate armor that my character has equipped and the chainmail. So I really like the gorget that the chainmail has, but plate armor has the tabard. It's also plate armor. Typically, I like the heaviest armor you can get, so. Yeah, any sort of charisma-based class. Yeah, I guess I've had a few things for healers, which I mean a paladin could also use, but a cleric as well. A few rage items are good unarmored stuff, which could be used for like a monk, barbarian, wizard. I feel like Astarian's probably the most kitted out companion in my party right now, followed by Karlach. I mean, Shadowheart has a bunch of stuff that works with her kit, but it's all like centered around healing, which isn't super exciting. I keep finding stuff for that lightning charge build, but there's no one in my current party that I want to use that with. I think had I not gone with the staff as the reward from Joaquin's Rest, I could have done like the, I think there's a trident option, and I kind of want to do a throwing build with Karlach, and so I could have given that to her instead. And then giving her all the lightning charges or something. Another point at Clay Golem. Look at him go. His life is at 1946. Attack rating plus 360. Slows enemies by 61%. Only does 13 to 41 damage, and mana cost is irrelevant, but so neat. Oh yeah, so someone pointed out that you only get that purple stuff from camp via Twitch stream, but I've never watched a Twitch stream of Baldur's Gate 3, and my like Galarian launcher isn't synced with my Twitch because I haven't logged into Twitch in maybe 5 years or something. Whenever I started doing YouTube. So I assume, because it was after the big patch that I noticed it. I think they just gave it to everybody after the big patch or something. That's a good idea. Yeah, try it on that, or really any of the clothes should work, right? Like the blue shirt that my character's currently using. Just like one big solid color. I think my character looks like Nathan Drake with that shirt on. I don't know if I mentioned that in the Let's Play yet or not. I don't think it's very good casual wear. It looks too adventure-y, so keep my eyes open for something better. Yeah, we already have a lot of stuff for Shadowheart that makes her a really strong healer. I really don't want her to be focused on healing. I'm hoping as, you know, we go on we find better stuff for her. She can branch out a bit further, because I don't typically like healing in combat, but with all the healing stuff, I'm almost obligated to. I mean, giving everyone 50% resist to piercing, slashing, and bludgeoning damage with healing word is, I mean, that's really powerful. They all get temp hit points. And, does she have, I don't remember if I gave her the, helmet that heals her when she heals somebody else or not. So I think what I'll probably do is have, Paulson, when he becomes a companion, focus on elemental damage and get from all the lightning charge stuff. I think it would work well. I was gonna have Gale do it, but then I was like, found better stuff for Gale. I decided against it. Because if you do the lightning charge thing, and you want to, I guess, fully optimize it, it eats up all your like equipment slots, and so you can't do much else. Which I guess you could probably just equip a couple pieces of it and just use those instead of, you know, using all of them. But gosh darn it, if I'm going to stick to a theme, I'm going to stick to a theme. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I had those boots on Gale. Because I was going to have Gale, because he had Create Water equipped as one of his spells. But I think it worked better for a melee build. Then they can have, you know, water around them, and then they'll be surrounded by enemies. It'll sync up better. Because Gale's usually in the back, not being swarmed by enemies. Rustbur's the enemy back there. Hey, yellow bone wand.
I can't carry anymore.
Of course you can. Ooh, +1 Necromancer skill. Oh, no. Yeah, really not that good. I don't know if I have that one equipped on her or not, because she's a frontliner anyway, so I don't care if she's up front. I had that on Will at one point, I thought. No. Those aren't the boots, are they? What equipment is that? I forgot what equipment slot that takes up. I know what you're talking about. If, once they heal someone, they don't take attack of opportunity. I'll find it that useful, because I mean, my Shadow Heart is currently a frontliner anyway. So don't you usually fight Yetis down here? Where are my Yetis at? Yeah, I think she already has something in that slot that's for healing. That's why I'm trying to remember what piece of equipment it is. And I'm also reluctantly having her as a healer. I'm not happy about it. I'm not a huge fan of healing in combat. Night Slime. I have the staff equipped on Gale currently. Increases your ice damage by 1. Yeah, and I use Ray of Frost pretty frequently. I'd use a shock damage probably more frequently, but he has to be in melee to use Shocking Grasp. So Ray of Frost it is. Which I'm still split. I mean, he could dual wield Quarter Staves if I wanted to, but I don't think it looks good. I'm split between using that staff and the one that increases his spell attacks by 1. The Staff of Arcane Blessing, I think, that you find in the Arcane Tower. I have to go back through all my magic equipment and maybe revamp some of my character builds. There's so much magic equipment, and each one does like such different things. And unfortunately, I have to go to camp and loot it all so I can look at it. You can't search in the Traveler chest. I don't know if I mentioned it they're in stream or not, but I kind of wish the Traveler's Chest was treated like a companion, so you could search its inventory. My recommendation is turn it into a mimic, so it is an actual character. That way you can search through its your party stash. That'd be super convenient. Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, healing is always clutch when it's needed. But the idea is to not need it. Like, if you're spending time healing, that's time you can be spent doing something else. The same argument why I don't value healing very much in like the Pathfinder games. Which, they're different playstyles, because Pathfinder is definitely more of an Alpha Strike game where you want to get in and do as much damage as you possibly can, as fast as you can. You're not going to win a battle of attrition, in most cases, especially on the higher difficulties. So like, for instance, in Kingmaker, people really like Tristian, because he's a really good healer. I can't stand him because I don't like his character, but also because I don't value healing. I think Harem is the better cleric because he's better in melee and he acts as like a pseudo tank, and you can bounce teamwork feats off. He offers more than just healing, but healing is all Tristian really brings to the table. So I like to have more utility than just healing in combat, which, I mean, as a cleric, she's going to have anyway. I'd rather her act as more like an off-tank, pseudo-damage dealer. The only problem with that is you can only have so many concentration spells up at a time. But you can only have one per character. So, it's still pretty limiting in 5e. So healing's probably the way to go in 5th edition versus, Pathfinder 1st edition. And there's the Eddies. Yeah, I mean, Healing Word is just extremely versatile. Rosenstein. Yeah, they're not light, but you can still dual wield them and get the effects of both. And I don't think it impacts your spell attack rating. So you're not attacking with the staves; you're attacking with the cantrip. I could be mistaken. I'm not very well versed in 5th edition. I only know what I know from Solasta and
I am overburdened.
Baldur's Gate 3.
Hero, Neolithak did this to me. If you've come to help me, my only hope.
Oh, it's awesome to hear, Silverline Gaming.
Kamala, please, tell her you've found me.
I'm actually a little aggravated by the patch because it reset all my settings, and so I recorded an episode with motion blur on, and I hate motion blur. And I was like, why does the game seem so choppy? Because I went through and changed most of the settings back, but I overlooked motion blur, and it just... I think, yeah, tomorrow's episode's going to look a little rougher than usual because of that. Yeah, Kingmaker... I didn't find it too bad. I mean, when the game first came out, it was a lot worse than it is now. They did go through and change a few encounters in the early game because they were pretty brutal. I'm not sure if you played Kingmaker in release, but that first fight when you leave the Outdoory Mansion to go towards Oleg's, now you fight Thyselines, but you used to fight wolves there, and wolves have a chance to trip on every attack, well, on their bite attacks. And people are getting wiped by the first wolf encounter. I think it's like 2 or 3 wolves, which I mean it's very homagey to you know, Baldur's Gate 1, but that could have been really brutal. And then the Fangberry Cave, you used to have to fight the spider swarms. Now they have it so the spider swarms are in a separate chamber and can be avoided if you don't want to fight them.
Can I help you?
They need to go through and revamp some of the difficulty in the early game. Okay, I need to... deal with this stuff real quick. Oh, gotta run out of room. You know, just like in Pathfinder, or I mean, Dragon Age Origins had a really good camp and inventory system. Like when you're in camp, you can go through all of your companions. I can't stand how long it takes to swap between companions in Baldur's Gate 3. Like the camp system from Origins, I think, is like peak camp mechanic. I don't know how to phrase that. But you know what I mean. You have everything right there. You don't have to swap between companions and talk to them to change out equipment and stuff. Yeah, but she's not a life cleric. Actually, I like the trickery cleric. Shame I don't have more control over her level ups. I like to use trickery clerics as a like a lockpick. So I wouldn't need a Starion. So like when I played Celeste, I had a trickery cleric in one of my playthroughs, and use them to, you know, pick locks and stuff. It'd be cool as a trickery cleric if she got access to like knock or something as like a default spell. That's one of her domain spells. Yeah, motion blur, I mean, it's a good idea. It helps systems compensate. Like it shouldn't be on by default. I think that's my argument. It's good for when it's needed, but if it's not needed, it's terrible. And I don't need it, so it shouldn't be auto-selected on when I'm playing a game.
Poor Anya. I should have known Neelathuk was a traitor. If you find him alive, kill him for me.
Yeah, those swarms are nasty creatures. And then the Mandragora swarms later on are even just as bad.
So, that snake Neelathuk was behind Anya's disappearance, and he trapped her with a freezing curse. Here, take this potion to Anya and give it to her. That should release her.
Oh, you can kill that guy. It's a will-o-wisp. Viscount Smolderburn. It's a tough fight. If you know that it's coming in advance, you can prepare for it. But it's doable. You usually have to fish for crits. If you use Magic Missile and crit fish, you'll eventually take him out. If you know it's coming, you can purchase a scroll of what is it? Lightning resist. Because most of the damage that he does is lightning, because he comes out popping chain lightning like right out the gate. So you get one person to tank, probably Valerie, and have her or someone cast a scroll of lightning resist on her, and you can tank him for a bit. Then use Lindsay to cast a magic missile, and then just hope for crits. But it is doable because I've beaten him on all my runs. I mean, my second and third one I was prepared for it. The first one was a bit of a slog. Yeah, BG3 is probably one of the easier CRPGs I've played. Well, not included, well, I guess out of like the big CRPGs. Let me think about that. Yeah, besides some like the smaller CRPGs that I've played, like maybe Black Geyser and but there are a couple tough sections of Black Geyser too. Yeah, Baldur's Gate 3 is pretty easy. Now, granted, I am playing on balance, not tactician.
The morning comes.
I wanted to play on the medium difficulty because I know Original Sin 1 and 2 can be pretty challenging, so I was expecting more of that, but so far it's been pretty easy.
Thank you so much for bringing Anya back to us. I have devised this spell to increase your resistances as a token of my thanks. I know it isn't much, but I hope you find it helpful. Please, go talk to Anya. She has urgent news concerning Nilathok.
Alright, so this, I think it boosts all your resistances by 5%. I'm not mistaken. Oh no, it's 10%. Even better. It'd be very helpful going into hell.
Afternoon. I never liked Nilathok, but I never suspected that he'd betray us. I just can't understand how an elder could do such a thing.
Yeah. Especially all the chasms and the push mechanic.
Good day. For one so young, Anya commands great respect. Now that she is here, I will make it a point to talk to her about Mount Ariat. You should do the same.
I don't know. I've kept most of my encounters in Baldur's Gate 3 pretty vanilla.
Afternoon.
Not doing anything crazy, anything too creative or anything, but...
Your rescue of Anya was quite an accomplishment.
It's also a roleplay decision, since my paladin's going to be very straightforward and honest and, honorable in combat as well.
You have proven yourself a true hero to me and my people. These are dark times, warrior. I hope you can bring an end to Baal's reign of destruction. Our Council of Elders is gone, my father Ost among them. The one thing that keeps us from total despair is the promise of vengeance against Baal.
Tell that to those Sorax
Thank you,
in that
hero,
second
for
encounter
rescuing
in
me.
Solasta on
To show
Cataclysm
my
difficulty.
personal gratitude, I give you this. I had it custom made for you by Larzuk. Nilathok told me he struck a deal with Baal to protect Haragath. In exchange for the demon's mercy, the misguided fool plans to give Baal the relic of the ancients, our most holy totem. Doing so will allow Baal to enter Mount Ariat unchallenged by the ancients. I tried to stop Nilathok, but he imprisoned me in that icy tomb. Nilathok must be stopped before he dooms the whole world. As much as I would love to strangle the life out of him, I'm afraid I haven't the strength. You must go to his lair through this portal I've opened, kill him, and then bring back the relic of the ancients. Stop Neolithok from destroying what we have striven for eons to protect.
Also, I am grateful that Baldur's Gate 3 doesn't have the attunement mechanic, because I don't think it's awful, because it allows you to keep, like, lower level spells more relevant through more of the game. But I don't know, I'm not a huge fan of the attunement. Like Solasta, it takes a while to get used to, because you have to play Pathfinder. We get all this magic equipment, you can throw it all on your character, you're a walking magic arsenal. Then you play Solasta, and you can only attune 3 magic items at a time. Some magic items don't have that attunement requirement, but all the good stuff obviously does. Then you have to make a decision. It also feels a little less rewarding. Like, you find this, like, all this magic equipment, and you can't use all of it, or at least utilize all of it. It seems disappointing.
What are your needs? When I was a child, the elders told us stories about the mountain and its power, and how the barbarian people are bound to it as protectors. Bale is not just taking our land. With every step he takes up the mountain, he takes a part of who we are as a people. Well, you found me on the mountain. I'm sure you'll find them too.
Now, rescuing Anya, that's good. Talking to me while Neolithok hands over the relic to Bale, that's bad.
Good afternoon. My worst fear has come true. Neolithok has gone mad. You must stop him before he gives the relic to the Lord of Destruction.
I say PG-1 if you're going in blind. Plus, a lot of this stuff... Yeah, I'd say PG-1 is harder. Because you can easily get wiped out by the wolves if you don't know that you should, have one character be chased by them while the other one pelts them with arrows. Just like right out the gate. PG-3, I think, is easier than the other 2 Baldur's Gate games.
I saw Neolithok leave town just before you found Anya. He must be held accountable for his criminal deeds. Find him and bring him back if you can. Likely he won't come willingly, and you'll be forced to kill him. So be it.
Yeah, I hesitated with the question because I was thinking, like, with meta knowledge, Baldur's Gate 1 can be pretty easy, but blind playthroughs, Baldur's Gate 3 is definitely the easier of the 2.
Regretfully, I know very little about this relic. However, if what the others say is true, then Bale must not gain possession of it. Stop Neolithok before all is lost.
Yeah, Solasta adheres to 5e much more strictly than Baldur's Gate 3 in many ways. Actually, I'm gonna do a streamed run through of Solasta after my next stream playthrough of Wrath of the Righteous. I want to play through all the content with my dream team on Cataclysm. I'm a little split. So my dream team in Solasta is the Path of Stone Barbarian, the Battle Cleric, though there's an argument to be made for the Trickery Cleric for the utility for lockpicking and stuff. I think it's the Oath of Motherland Paladin that grants the aura with fire resist and armor class. And then I'm split. So it used to be the green mage was my ideal mage, but with the court mage, I think is what it's called, or the court wizard. That might be a contender as well. For like the idea of like a tanky frontline wizard. That's true. Though the game does definitely push you towards not fighting the Cambion. I mean, I was ready to duke it out with the other Cambions too, and then I realized the Mind Flayer turned on me. I guess we can just go ahead. Do I map this out? I finished mapping out this. I did. You know, this is probably a good stopping point. And then in the next one, we can hunt down Nithilak, or whatever his name is. Nithilak? What does it say? Yeah, Nithilak. Yeah, so we'll do that next time. Town, I can sell. Oh, that's not very good. Custom made for me, but it's a piece of junk. It has a ton of effects on it. I just don't need most of them.
Can I help you?
Alright, I'm gonna wrap it up here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream. Stay safe, stay classy. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Next week we'll finish this playthrough of Diablo 2 Resurrected on Nightmare. And then the weekend after that, we've got the Hollow stream. So... I didn't see Hector leave. I feel bad for... Aw, man. Whoops. Alright. Catch you guys